Yes, got it.
Who?
Mr. R. Wills.
Correct. The elephant's being treated as we speak. On top of an elephant.
Was he eating a banana while sitting on the top of that elephant?
I don't know. No, he was spotted. So that's good. He and his lovely wife, Muff, were on an elephant.
He had the measles, did he?
Oh, no.
He was spotted?
Oh, not that spotted. That's Hinson going in for 3. He's got 5 points, but Jim and Glenn will join us tomorrow. We hope Jeff Lawson will too, the SAC coach of Pakistan, who had a big night in Lahore last night and was kind enough to email us and said, give us a ring tomorrow. Here's Knight. 36-23, 13 the difference. We're having some fun, hope you are. Here's a chance, good little dish off, in for 2 points off the hands of Jeff Dowdle. 38-23, 15 the difference. Quarter time it was 12, but we've only gone 4 minutes or 3 minutes of this period. And Perth, even though they're in the bottom 4 on the ladder, they're playing a pretty reasonable band of basketball, Pat Micken, if you don't mind. Winatana for the Adelaide 36ers, gives it out to Bruce. Now, what's happening here? The whistle blew. And I'm not sure what's going on here. Is it the floor wipers out? Well, that's a bit unusual. I suppose if there's something on the floor that causes massive consternation. Now we've got the WNBL half-time score. Bendigo Spirit 43, Perth Lynx 33. Bendigo, Christy Harrell back.
Yes.
Jan Sterling saying today on radio, throughout Australia, I said, Jan, who's the best player you've ever coached? She said, Christy Harrell. Best player ever. I went the Lauren Jackson path, but she said, no, let's go with player.
Yes. Massive
call, delightful lady. She has that for a call, eh? Christy Harrell.
Well, she was the, Lauren Jackson was the spectacular influences and necessary influences for Adelaide, for Australia winning the Women's World Championships. Yep. Christy Harrell was the steadfast leader, wasn't she?
She's the leader.
Decision maker and the...
Yeah, like the L word. Oh, big board, Shenchar. 38-25, 13 the difference. Here comes Tyndall. Missed it. Should have got it, wanted it. Hungry for it again, almost got, oh, he's into it again. And that's desperation. That's what the coach would like to see. If we look to our left, they're all jumping up and clapping, so they should. Brett Maher's practicing his putting to our left with the brand new golf clubs he got for playing his 500th game. 38-25, 13 the difference. Perth Wildcats visiting. Very keen to do well away from home, and there's a delightful dish from Hinson out to Dowdle, who stood there. No one within that place in Tasmania called Cooey, and he's nailed a 3. Can't do that. Crawford brings it down now for the Perth Wildcats underneath. Holmes knocks it out of court, and it'll be a Wildcats ball. 41-25, 16 the difference. Pat Micken and Peter Walsh with you for Grandstand Basketball on 891 ABC Adelaide, ABC South Australia and 720 ABC Perth and ABC Western Australia.
So, what do we think is going wrong here? Or is it just that Perth is the spectacular and tight unit that you talked about before the game, Peter?
Well, let me ask you one question.
Is there something missing about Adelaide?
There's a foul called there on Davidson, which looked to be a bit cheap. The question that I ask is from purely from an observer. 3 of the 4 3-pointers have been shot with no player within 5 or 6 metres. None whatsoever. So the pass has been dished out from in the key, and bang, off you go. And they're the sorts of shots that you take at practice. And we might actually try and see if we can get a reaction from Perth Wildcats. Their coach is Connor Henry, who, if he wanted to change his name, could easily go Henry Connor. A lot of people these days have Christian names that are the same as their surname. Score check, 41-25. Let's go to the Perth Wildcats.
Pass, and then the penetration, and then you're board. Come on now, tighten it up. All right, do your work earlier back in the backcourt. Dog, plug, rope. All right, flatten everybody. That's all talk. All right, it's all talk. Now, offensively, right here.
He's doing spectacular with his ball at the moment.
You can take it out. 5, 1, 4, excuse me, 3, 4. Darnell, get it. Rolling down. Pick a 5. over. Yeah, it's good. Well, okay.
Now that's what's called radio counting. 5, 1, 3, 4, 2. Did you get all that, Pat?
Well, there are only 5 players on a court, so each one of them has a number.
No, look, our attempt, and we do thank the 2 coaches, because Connor Henry and Scott Dennis and Andrea Williamson races down with the radio mic.
Yeah.
Has to break Mercedes Bolt's record for the 100 metres, but then they count in numbers. Well, it doesn't help our radio call, but we like to get amongst it, and that's all good. 41-25. 16 points the difference. Ask me a question about Bolt next time we get a moment, please. Just I'm going to throw a stat at you that will astound you. Winatana! Not quite. Shencha lost it. 2-on-1 play. Danger. Here comes Way, who was way up high and gets the 2. 43-25. 18 points the difference. 6 minutes, 40 seconds to go before half-time, and this is getting very ugly. Of course, for South Australian listeners it might be, but for Western Australian listeners, you should be chuffed. Your team is hot to trot. Winatana, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Off to Davidson, he likes these. Davidson gets a 3. The first for the 36ers tonight, and it's 43-28.
And some relief for the Adelaide crowd. They've just been doing what they want with Adelaide. As much as Adelaide is presenting an aggressive face, they are still being scored against so easily. Again, Hinson just shot a 3-pointer straight over the top of Brad Davidson. At least we had defence in the vicinity at that point.
Well, you're going to become a coach in a minute, young lady, because the margin is 46-28. That's 18 points. And home losses to the 36ers are a rarity, but home shellackings are even a bigger rarity. And this has all year marks as Holmes gets up and puts it in for 2. Holmes, the sweat, the perspiration dripping off his brow. 30 plays 46, 16 the difference, and Scotty Ninnis again jumping up higher than Steve Hooker for the last few minutes. He's been up and about. As back on the board is Red Hage, but he didn't net the ball. It was tipped in there by Ben Knight, who has the 4 points, and it's 48-30, 18 the difference, with Hill of the Adelaide 36ers in control. 5 to go before half-time. At half-time, Chuck Arneson, the boss from the NBL, as Holmes moves in, couldn't make it. Hishencha, good work. Hishencha, 11 points.
There's no doubt about it. He's seen this as the opportunity to shine in the absence of Adam Ballinger. He's responding beautifully. No question about that. It's the big question at Adelaide at the other end. It's very disappointing to watch a team working so tenaciously and with such honesty being penetrated so easily down the other end. That tip-in offensive rebound should never have happened if there was just a simple procedure of blocking the body away from the basket.
Shencha couldn't make it a 3-point play, although someone stepped in. I think it might have been Mr. Knight. Not a good night for Ben. That's being unfair because he just put a big toe over the line, and Shencha will try again. And the way things are going, Perth could score 120 points. And if you score 100, big deal. If the opposition gets 20 more.
Exactly right.
And Shencha now got 12 points. He's the leading point scorer. 33, 48, 15 points the difference. Here's Hinson for the Wildcats. WA, lots to look forward to in your beautiful state. Hope you're getting the rain that you require. There's a big 3. A massive 3 from Stephen Way. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3-pointers for Perth. 51-33.
I think the changing defence isn't working for Adelaide. They are not settling into any defensive rhythm. They have to just go man-to-man and be accountable and aggressive with it at that end. The zone leaves too many holes, too many shooters unattended.
It does. Now, Bolt, I want to throw a quick one in. Bolt in the 100 metres. You ready? I couldn't believe this, but it's true. In his world record, he ran 37k an hour. 37 kilometres an hour.
I can't ride my bike down a hill.
My car doesn't even go that fast.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it?
37k an hour.